This is Vaibhav Agrawal from Frontier India, and today we are privileged to have Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Jagadish Khadilkar, who has been one of the leaders of the Indian Antarctica program's expeditions and has also been a station commander of the first station at the Antarctica continent, which was known as Dakshin Gangotri. Very good morning to you, sir, and thank you for your time and the concern that you have showed. So, my first question to you is why is Antarctica of a great importance to the world and specifically to India?
Okay. Thank you, Abhay, for inviting me to speak to you and Frontier India. Basically, if we go back in history, the Earth is said to have 453 crores of years old. It started forming around 220 million years ago. The world broke up. Till then, whole world was in one continent. That was known as Pangaea. When Pangaea broke up, the southern section and the northern section. The northern section was called Laurasia, which contained today's Europe, North America, and the northern portion. The southern portion consisted of present-day Antarctica, and there were some of the countries and the continents of today, they were attached to it. They are South America, Africa, and Australia. And in between, our present-day Indian subcontinent consisted of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Himalayas. They were attached to the continent. So that was another big continent which was known as Gondwana land. Now you will think that all the expeditions, all the research has been done by the Europeans mostly in modern times. So how is this name Gondwana land came, which has Indian connection? So because of that, because of this connection of India attached to Antarctica as part of Gondwana land, part of that continent. So what happened? After say few million years ago, say 180 million years ago, that Gondwana land also broke up. India went the farthest, Indian subcontinent. It went over 10,000 kilometers and it dashed against the then Asian plate of the world, and in the bargain the Himalayas were created. So why the stone structure in Himalayas today is very brittle? The genesis goes into this bank. Other continents like Africa went up, drifted by about say 4,500 kilometers. Australia drifted by about 2,500 kilometers, and South America, or say more clearly Argentina and Chile, they drifted off by say about just 1,000 kilometers from Antarctic Peninsula. Antarctica is basically about 5,000 kilometer diameter, elliptical shape, but at one end, that is the western end, a peninsula is going up by say 1,500 kilometers, and that peninsula is near South America, that is Argentina and Chile, and therefore the present day Antarctica is totally isolated. So once that happened and that peninsula went and peninsula was touching South America, in between about say 23 million years ago, that peninsula also got detached from the South America, and in between the whole Southern Ocean became one. So that is the formation of Southern Ocean. So that Drake Passage today separates Antarctica from the South American. That's one. Now why is important? Basically, all other Gondwana land counterparts, say India, Australia, Africa, South America, you will find so much of natural resources are there, and therefore there is quite a good possibility that all those things are available in Antarctica also. That is one issue. Second one, with millions years of ice coming up, the original area of Antarctica was 7 million square kilometer. Slowly, the ice cap starts building up. And today, the ice cap, which is 800 meters minimum and 4.8 kilometers maximum, is on top of the original Antarctica land. In the bargain, two things happened. The original continent was depressed by about 600 meters into sea, something is above sea and all that, but you are depressed by 600, so you can see the massive weight of that ice cap. And the original area of 7 million square kilometer is doubled to 14 million square kilometer. So today in size, Antarctica is in 7 continents, after Asia, Africa, South America, North America, then Antarctica at 14 million square kilometers, then Australia, New Zealand, and then the Arctic. So that is the way you can say all these 7 continents are, you can say, divided. So now another thing which has come, Antarctica can be taken in isolation from the surrounding Southern Ocean. So as per the international governance or the international way of thinking, which will come again in somewhere along, see, in that particular thing, basically because of the ice cap, because of the Southern Ocean, all areas south of 60-degree latitude south to 90-degree latitude south, and 90-degree latitude south means South Pole. So from 60-degree to 90-degree, the whole area is taken as one unit, that is Antarctica. That means it contains the main continent and the surrounding Southern Ocean. Like, because of the protected environment in Southern Ocean, the marine animals started thriving. The smallest animal is krill, which is just 1.5 inch in length, 6 grams in weight. But when they travel together, they travel in big bunches. And how you can say big is that bunch? One group of krills traveling together, the weight was found to be 2 million tons. So this many they travel together. So that is the smallest animal. What is the biggest marine animal in Southern Ocean? Whale. A baleen whale weighs between 180 tons and 220 tons. Very big, huge animal. So all they thrived, and a very big ocean food web was created. And that food web, in terms of when the world will face, because of the environmental degradation, lot of food problems, probably that food source will be of great help to the world. So natural resources, renewable resources like food web resources, and the third important point why Antarctica is important, because it is the depository of the millions of years of world climate. How the ice starts forming up. When ice starts forming up and an ice cap is created, at the poles the height is more, and then the ice starts moving down north in all directions. It goes very slowly. When it reaches the ocean, it goes overboard and starts floating. That is the ice shelf. There, since it is floating, when you go to Antarctica, what you see? You see an 80 or 90 meter wall, vertical wall, straight, vertical. From this horizon to that horizon, white wall, that is ice shelf. And then slowly it goes up towards the North Pole in increasing dimension of the ice cap. That is one. Now, when such a thing occurred, some ice goes out every year in the form of icebergs. What is the size of that icebergs? It contains nearly 50% of the fresh water used by the entire world. So you can just imagine the greatness or the quantum of all these things. So that's one. So that's the resources. And then these ice cap is created even for millions of years. Every year's year ring can be measured. It can be identified. Yearly rings can be identified how the ice has come up. And therefore, all over the world, whether they are cyclones, whether they are catastrophic events, whether they are some of the nuclear explosions in the world in recent days, everything comes in that ice. It gets submerged next year, and that way the entire world history, climate history of millions of years is hidden in Antarctic ice. That's one. Secondly, it is totally isolated. It is totally pollution free. There are so many conditions are created from scientific angle where astronomy, geophysics, geomagnetism, meteorology, geology, all others, those sciences, that is earth sciences, life sciences, they are all, you can say, they can be studied in Antarctica much better than the rest of the world. That is one. And then another thing which is very important is that today's environment, it is interdependent. What we call it, continental interdependence. So what is the effect of Antarctic environment on the rest of the world, and what is the effect of the rest of the world on Antarctic? Because of the pollution, diseases, so and so, man-made all useless things which we have created in the world. So all these things, they affect the Antarctic. And therefore, study of all these things is very important to know where we are, what we can do, whether we can exploit, whether we can explore, what type of thing, and therefore the importance of Antarctica to the rest of the world.